Anyway, I think we can start
All
now.
right. All right.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to uh, welcome all the agents and friends and Happy New Year. We're really excited to be here to discuss the recruits and intel. So, without any further ado, would you, J3, like to start us off?
Yes. So, first of all, good evening, everyone. It's been a while since we had something like this where we all got together, you know, on Twitter Spaces and talked. Happy New Year's to everyone, and here's to a fruitful and prosperous New Year. So the skinny of the whole recruits and intel is we wanted to introduce some sort of tokenomics to the K.I.A collection without compromising our brand for the long term. Too many projects out there are launching tokens, which is fine. It may take some time for the feds to catch up to them, but if we're building a really long term brand, we can't have any compromises or any potential regulatory, backlash. So we decided to create a separate collection that would only come from, the original Koala agents, and this collection it wouldn't be run by us or by my company or by any centralized corporation. Which, and the reason for that is if there isn't a centralized source or a corporation that manages the recruits, that means we won't be considered a security in the U.S., which means we're kind of safe from the feds coming after us. So the recruits will be a fully community owned project. Um, that means that the art will be CCO, which means public domain art. All the royalties from OpenSea will be either sent to the community DAO. Of course, in the early stages, we're gonna have to have some sort of, we're gonna start from zero. We're gonna have to build the governance for this project, and I think the lessons that we learned from K.I.A could apply here. And after we kind of get that ball rolling, like it'll be decided completely by the community. So the beautiful thing about the recruits is it lets you earn a yield called Intel, and Intel will be the primary currency of the whole ecosystem that we're building. What's unique about this NFT collection is that you can customize the traits of your recruits, um, and that's decided by the crates that you draw or mint, and that's random, completely random mint that you don't have to pay even gas. It's going to be airdropped to your Matic wallet, and we're going to talk about more of that mechanic when we get there. So the Intel will become the currency, the reward, um, the the token that you earn from staking your recruits, and yeah, so this will allow us to incentivize holding, incentivize participation in the ecosystem, rewarding those who are actually you know holding, and rewarding those who are um, playing our games, all of our activities. Um, and there's the question that people ask me, like, what's Intel going to be used for? We're thinking of letting people create custom plushies from Intel. We don't know the exact numbers yet, but we can let people uh, order plushies from our store using Intel merch, custom crates. It could be anything. So yeah, that's the basic gist of it. It's the recruits are going to be the yield bearing token that we've been waiting for, and the only way to get them is to have a koala agent. I hope that makes
All right.
sense.
All right. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, I'm glad we've been taking the time and making sure to execute this thoughtfully and making sure that there won't be any kind of legal issues. Um, I'm sure the Securities and Exchange Commission will be getting to NFTs sooner or later, just like they've been getting to DeFi, and we definitely want to position ourselves such in such a way that we won't get any kind of even close to getting in trouble with those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's There's a lot of cool tokenomics out there, but it's just the long term feasibility of them kind of leaves me, you know, it it kind of puts me off from aping in because if I want to get into something, if it's a long term thing, I'm worried about the projects that are coming out with their own tokens. I don't think they're prepared. So I think the apes have it right. Maybe Cool Cats does, but most of these projects they just they seem like it seems like it's going to be a mid to long term, sorry, short term play.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That yeah, the SEC is gonna clamp down, and I think a lot of the major NFT projects with tokenomics are gonna be in trouble, like so many cryptos in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think the recruits being community owned is a brilliant solution to that because it's going to be decentralized and my corporation that's backing K.I.A won't be involved. I mean, we will be involved in the initial launch, but once we give the reins to the community, it's not our project. It's the community. It's the governance. They'll decide what's the royalty rate, where that money's going to go, etc.
yeah, yeah. That's great. Yeah. Well, yeah. Enough with the legalities. So, yeah, as far as the art, the sneak peeks from Taxi and Marcella have been absolutely amazing. They're so super cute and awesome, right?
Yes, sir. And
Yeah, man.
we've been drawing a lot of inspiration from collections that have launched recently. Um, just getting a feel for the market, what traits are emerging. Because when we first created K.I.A, we were looking at bored apes, gutter cats, all these popular projects. But now there's like 20,000 more projects out there, and there's a lot more traits that we can take inspiration from.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super cute. They're looking really good. I know Martella and Taxi have been working really hard, and I like the integration of the new traits. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they turn out.
Yes. To be clear, yeah, Taxi created the base models for the recruits. Marcella is helping out. I mean, he's the main trait designer along with Genie Artist, and they're doing a fantastic job. Like the art team is on point. They're just doing what they're made to do.
Yeah, that's great. So, I didn't see any questions in Discord, so maybe we can open it up to the audience if anybody has any questions. Um, is
Yeah,
or
absolutely. If you feel like you want to come up, if you have anything that you want to chat about, anything about the art, the community, anything that's going on, we'd love to hear from you.
yeah, all
Kobe's coming
right.
up.
We got a request. Yeah.
Hey, Kobe.
How would you have me
Kobe.
on?
Hello,
How's
Kobe.
it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. Just two questions really. I think you touched on it there, but I just wanted to clarify. With the recruits, is it just for initial koala holders? There's not going to be any mints open to the public. This is the first question.
No, sir. It's completely uh, only for Koala agents. The lore is, each agent gets an assistant, so there wouldn't be a public mint. The only way to get them is to have a koala.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, that's first question out of the way. And the second question is just around the multi-sig wallet. Is that a reality? And if so, how far away are we from seeing that?
Are you speaking about the one for governance in K.I.A?
Yes.
Yes. So we're still researching SafeSnap. We're still um, finding the best way to make this work without my involvement. Like I want it to be, fully community run. Um, However, I'm also looking into the legalities of the DAOs in my province. So there's also now a legal component. If I was to launch a DAO, am I going to be legally safe? Because the tech, yeah, we can do it. We can, hustle and put our nose down and research it. But the legalities is it's a bit of a complexity that I have to look into further. But in terms of the tech, it's in progress, and yeah, it's coming along.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Kobe.
Uh-huh. So there's a few questions actually from Discord now. A quick one. Are recruits on Polygon?
No, sir, or ma'am. These recruits are going to be on Ethereum. It'll be a free mint, so and there's no time limit for claiming your recruit, so you can pretty much mint it at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard, and you'll get the cheapest gas. However, the recruits uh, will be customizable using the crates, and these crates will be on Matic. Um, these will be also airdrops, so you won't have to go through the trouble of bridging, Matic to your Matic network wallet. It'll be airdropped to your wallet, and we'll talk more about this when we get closer to that release date. So to give you the basic idea, each agent can claim one RSC, which is a recruit specialization crate, and this is a random mint using Chainlink. So we can guarantee that we're not rigging anything. It's fully random on chain, and this can either get you a tier one, which lets you customize the body, head, and gadget. You can either get a tier two, which lets you customize the eyes and mouth, and tier three, which is the rarest one, which lets you customize the fur. So the probabilities of drawing those crates are on the blog. I'll share that shortly in the space here. But yeah, that's the whole mechanic.
All right.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
If the recruits are going to be claimable by koala holders, then will the recruits then be available on secondary? Like, how will that work? Like, can they
Yeah,
be then traded on secondary?
yeah, they can claim it if they decide to sell it or trade it. That's within their right. They can sell it on OpenSea or LooksRare.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be like any other NFT.
Yeah, because I guess when you were saying you couldn't mint them, you had to be a holder to get one, and then but then they can be traded on secondary, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So like it introduces some sort of So now the question is, will everyone mint their recruit? Like because I know a lot of people are holding multiple ones in their wallets. Will they take the time to recruit those recruits? Um, I think to get the whole 10K recruits will take some time, is my guess. Um, And to be clear, guys, the contract would be the low gas optimized contract, which means you won't have to pay as much as you would if it was a free mint. So you're only paying the absolute minimal gas to claim multiple recruits. So no need to worry there. We don't want you to spend any more money into this project.
All right, great. Yeah, there's a few more spaces questions. As far as the original agents, what utilities does the OG Koalas have past the recruits?
Sorry, I didn't get that last bit there, Ilya.
So once the recruits are minted from having an agent, what is the utility plans for the agents?
Oh yeah, so I talked to director Eduardo on Discord about this earlier. He brought this question up. So the agents will still be required to participate in the ecosystem. So if you want to play our games and get access to our offerings, you still require the original agent. It could be, we still haven't decided if it's going to be a Koala plus recruit or if it's only a Koala requirement to get into our ecosystem. But for sure, like the games that we build will require those tokens, the original Koala agent tokens.
All right.
And to add to that, I'm also working on a few projects that are on the side, and I will personally ensure that Koala agents will get whitelisted to these projects. We're also we're constantly looking for partners and collaborations to include into our to bring in the K.I.A. to their whitelists. So yeah, it's gonna be ongoing because my energy will go to creating games and K.I.A. and the community will take care of the recruits in terms of the tokenomics and stuff. So rest assured, we're still gonna take care of the agents.
Awesome. And the hidden crates and the collector's crates, those would be still around for specifically for the original ones, right? They're not, or are they for recruits?
Oh yeah, so we did introduce that looping system. So the hidden crates and collector's crates can be used to claim a tier 2 and tier 3 respectively. So the hidden crate, the more rare one, you can claim a tier 3 crate. The collector's crate, you can claim a tier 2. And those crates will still continue to accrue cool, exclusive traits over the coming months. So yes, they'll still have utility for their existing agents. And if you have a hidden crate in your wallet, you can claim, the new crates that we're gonna release.
All right, great. And let's see. So as far as the so it sounds like there would be potentially two DAOs, or uh, with that is it going to be just the DAO for that's the recruits related, and then
the governance one, you mean? Like the
yeah, and then
governance
the
and the
Yeah,
recruits?
governance.
Mm-hmm.
that's where I'm contemplating now. So, is it worthwhile to have a DAO for the original collection? Is it wise if you just put in the initial, promise of 10 ETH, or is it plus the koala, alchemy koala, chemical koala mints? Should we just put that promise to the recruits DAO? I'm still deciding that because I think having two DAOs would become, well, I mean, I'll only have to worry about one if we did K.I.A, because the recruits DAO will be, they'll set up their own governance there. I'll get the ball rolling, but they'll have to decide everything. But looking at it now, I think we might be stretched too thin in terms of the overall project vision. Like the DAO is nice. We have the capability to vote on things like using Snapshot. I think that was the whole point of the DAO. But to have a multi-sig and stuff, I'm thinking it's super. It's extra. But I'm still deciding that. But as of now, we're still researching the SafeSnap module, and what we learn here will be applied to recruits. So it's not dead work that we did.
All right. And let's see. Good. And any other questions from people here, from the audience?
Yeah, if you just want to come up and say hi, or you can post it in the Discord as well.
And I just want to let people know, if you guys know any Unity developers, please refer them to me. We're actually looking for some Unity developers.
Nice.
Ad Hamster, did you want to say hello?
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey.
Formerly known as Pharaoh in Discord. I still can't figure out what my Web3 name is. But yeah, thanks for hosting this, guys. I did have a couple of questions. Firstly, I had mentioned in the Discord, like I think a month ago or so, or a few weeks ago, right before the holidays, so it probably got dropped off. But I wanted to help set up a geocache in San Francisco. I am right now, and one of the things that got me really excited about K.I.A. So was wondering how I could get that started. And then I'll just throw in the second question to save time. Is if there are any marketing efforts, I'd love to help out. So let me know how I can contribute. That's what I do in real life, and I'd love to kind of use my expertise and experience to help promote the agency.
That's cool, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, where I think Ilya is kind of the man for marketing, as well as Luna for social media. I'm also in talks with a brand strategist, and who happens to be has a PhD on marketing. We're still building a team out, and perhaps you might be the fit for our team. We're gonna reach out to you regarding the geocache. We haven't planned any wave. We haven't planned a next wave yet. It kind of it was supposed to be. We're building out a system that lets agents like create their own geocaches, but the focus kind of went somewhere else with the recruits and the tokenomics. So if there's gonna be a wave 3, we'll definitely hit you up. Please give me a DM, send me a DM on Twitter so I can note down your name, and yeah, I'll reach out to you.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. And for the marketing and branding stuff, yeah, I completely understand if there's already a team in place. Happy to just be a soundboard to help discuss certain things. And yeah, this is my new hobby, and so I'm just trying to dive in as quickly as possible.
Yeah, man, welcome to Web3. It's all about the collaborative spirit here, and we welcome your efforts.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm always looking for advice and bounce ideas. So yeah, it'd be great to set up a marketing team over time so we can
Love that.
collaborate on some great ideas.
Yeah, definitely. Well, awesome. Thank you guys for hosting this. Happy New Year, and I'm stoked to be part of the agency. So really appreciate all the hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my, it's already 8:30.
Yeah.
Hey, Kobe, did you want to say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, me again. You'll probably get fed up of me shortly, so do apologise. Yeah, just another two questions really. Firstly, is there any plans for some spending allocation in terms of reinvestment into current K.I.A. In terms of either buying floors for marketing campaigns, etc., influencer shills, that sort of stuff? And then off the back of that, second question would just be: is there any plans just to, from a team perspective, just to do more of these spaces and be more involved in the marketing side of socials? I know obviously the community's been doing bits over the last week. I'm just wondering what your views were.
Yes, sir. So the first question, sorry, what was the first question?
Just plans for spending allocation with the original K.I.A.
Oh yes. I mean, we're constantly reinvesting into the project. I mean, all of the dev work, game dev, all of the research, the consultations, these all cost money, and we're continually reinvesting into the project. Um, so I may not have the exact figures of what it is like we've done so far, but we're continually like investing into it. Like I'm consulting with so many people that their time isn't free. I have to pay them. All the dev work requires time and effort. So we're definitely reinvesting. In terms of marketing, uh, I'm looking to build a team. Um, apart from Ilya and our current social media team, to kind of expand our reach and our visibility. So that's in progress. Your second question was, yeah, we used to do weekly spaces, but we we kind of saw it as like it was. I mean, it's always fun to chill with the community, but we didn't have any newsworthy things to share, and we felt like that time that we shared with the spaces, it could have been it would have a bigger effect if we had an announcement to go along with it. Um, that's why we invested in community management. We have a team in the Discord specifically for engaging the community and keeping them, active and you know, keeping the community, entertained as we build our things. Um, I do miss talking to you guys every Thursday. Um, but I think we're still going to maintain that, more less is more philosophy. If you have something to show and a big, news to break, yeah, definitely we're gonna have spaces and more spaces around that news. But yeah, actually next week we're gonna start to plan our sandbox build. I'm gonna be working with Jason, our community manager, to get the community involved, to choose and decide what we want in our HQ and sandbox. Right now, we have a big tree, a very tall tree with 2 floors, which is, we have an entry lounge for the non-agents. But if you want to get to that second floor, that's where you have to be a K.I.A agent, and the agents will decide what's going to be in that second floor. And we can't wait to work together with the community on that initiative.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, and
appreciate it. Just my only rebuttal with the spaces and the weekly spaces. Sorry, just as we're onboarding new members and there's the community is growing, I think a weekly spaces with team involvement, just to answer any questions. You'll probably be answering the same questions week in week out, just for new members and new onboarding. But I think when you have a strong team presence, I know you're doing a lot of work in the background, but it's not often seen, especially over the social side of things. I think that team involvement on a spaces, even if it is just a weekly commitment, a weekly update. This is where we're at. This is what we're going for. This is the progress, and this is a rough time frame. I think keeping that community engagement, making sure you're in and around and in the spaces would be massive. So if that is something you could commit to, I think I speak for most people that would be really beneficial.
yeah, that's something that I'll definitely be starting up again as more of the kind of social laid back happy hour kind of impromptu. So it's not really a strict scheduled kind of events, official. It'll be non-official. We'll just hang out, answer any questions, and um, we'll we'll we're going to like I'm going to try to interchange different time zones so to make sure that people from or our agents from all over the world will be able to listen in and participate, and also they'll be switching off between spaces and gatherings in general VC on Discord, just because we do have some K.I.A members, including Jason, our community manager, who can't get into spaces due to his location. So we'll be there'll be more now that the year has restarted and the holiday season is over. We'll be re-engaging and having that around as well.
Yes, sir. And if I may add to that, definitely, I would like to give more updates because I think that's what people like to see. Like they want to see the progress being made. As we have more things to show with the game and development, I would like to. I'm planning to do some sort of dev blog, showing what we've, the current work in progress, little snippets of the games that we're building. And perhaps we could do another one of that. We did a live stream before on Twitch where I coded some stuff, and I think that was it had some good results from that. So I think I'm going to start that up again. So you guys can kind of see what I'm kind of doing on a daily basis, like in terms of like coding and stuff. So I'll schedule that in, and I'll make sure that everyone knows that we have we're still around, we're still building stuff.
Yeah, that Twitch feed a while ago was really awesome to watch.
That was fun. Yeah.
Watch you work.
Yeah, watch me struggle for like 4 hours on the same problem. That's fun.
But I saw some of the community members stepping up and actually helping out, and that was really cool. Just
Yeah, I actually met a few developers from that stream. It was really cool.
oh, there we go. Yeah, productive.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for the
Cool.
answers, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kobe.
Awesome. All right. And do we have any other questions?
I just want to say for the community, we really appreciate all the work that everyone's doing, all the contribution, everything you guys are contributing to Twitter by posting and quote tweeting and just all the energy and enthusiasm and everything. It's really appreciated for sure.
100%. And what do you call that? Illuminati? You guys are a secret society. That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, we love the Illuminati. Justin, hey,
Yeah.
hi Justin, how are you?
What's happening, my sister?
Hey, hey.
I'm at the gym. Hey J3. Hey Ilya. J3, could you maybe just and I've been trying to just wrap my own brain kind of around it to try to understand a little bit more of like the distinction between and forgive me if I don't quote it right, but like K.I.A, the recruits, the DAO, and I know you've made reference to like your company, and don't take that in a bad way, but trying to distinguish between what all of that is and then how the OG koalas fit into that. And like if I take it another step, I think about a lot of what you've talked about of like what K.I.A is doing, what you're doing, what the community will do with the recruit, the games. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. And for me, it's hard to like put it all together. So that's what I guess that's my question.
Yeah. So the agents will always be relevant. You will always need an agent to participate in our ecosystem. So everything we build requires an agent to participate with. Um, even though the Intel token is earned by another collection, you still need an agent in your wallet to participate. So we're not leaving agents behind. We're just creating another collection to yield tokens for us. Um, and how it all comes together. The way I see it is the Koala agents will always be required to participate in our ecosystem because that's where it all started from. But the yield bearing aspect of it is the only thing that's decentralized, fully decentralized. So we're not legally messed up when the time comes. So the games, the events, all that stuff, you will need an agent still. Like it's not. There's no way around it. However, there might be some experiences that are gated where you need a koala and a recruit. So we still haven't decided that aspect yet. But the one thing I can guarantee you is that our agents will always be required to, you know, you know, play the games and perhaps even like get access to exclusive experiences. It's a club, right? It's like we're a club. We're a club. We have assistants that earn money for us, and to utilize those rewards, you need to have the agent because the recruits are little assistants. They don't really they do what we say kind of thing. Like they don't really um how do I say this? They don't really enjoy the luxuries and the benefits of being an agent yet. So you still need an agent to fully experience our ecosystem. If that makes sense.
So it does, and so the if we go back to like the games and the concept, and then the the concept of intel, which is earned by the recruits, so does that intel have value from like an Ethereum standpoint, or just value within the Koala ecosystem? I know you mentioned like plush toys and merch, like,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
is it, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No, go ahead, J3.
Yeah, we're providing value in terms of the ecosystem. Think of it like this: like we are a corporation that accepts this token. We're not raising the value of that token. We're just accepting that token for our ecosystem. Um, your thing. Oh wait, you said something that really. I lost my thought now.
I mean, where I was going is like, you have K.I.A, you have the recruits. The recruits are gaining intel, and I'm trying to understand like what the value of intel is. And then I think you kind of were going there. It's like, how does that tie back to? You mentioned the corporation. I'm guessing that's your reference to K.I.A.
Yeah. So we provide value to it by, you know, accepting the token and giving services for it, um, services or products. However, if you want the actual monetary value or the ETH value, we're not like giving that an ETH value. We're not creating a liquidity pool for Intel. So like the team will not be creating an LP, an ETH slash Intel LP. Although the community can create that themselves. If they decide to create a pool on Uniswap where you can swap your Intel for ETH, someone can set that up if they wanted to. And if that's what you're talking about, then yeah, the community has the power to do that.
And if I'm following, kind of based on your earlier comments, the reason, kind of rationale, and not that may not be the whole thing, but it's just to try to distinguish from the difference in how that's classified as a security or not, or just how that impacts the legality of K.I.A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the yield bearing aspect of it, it's we can't I, we can't we can't be affiliated with them. We can't say that we created them, or we can't say that we own them, or else we'll be in trouble. As long as it's fully decentralized and the community is making all the decisions and stuff, it's should be okay. Um, but we're just the K.I.A corporation or project. We just happen to accept this token for our purposes. We're not necessarily propping it up. We're just, you know, I'm like a guy in a marketplace who accepts shells, even though I'm not the one giving value to shells. You know, someone else is propping up the shells. I'm just the guy who accepts them. You know, like it's weird, but it's like we're separating ourselves from the yield bearing aspect of it, and that's why the recruits were made. And believe me, if this was possible to be done, you know, with our agents, it would have been way easier to do it with the agents. But we had to take this route to ensure that we won't get in trouble.
Yeah, we don't want to have the agents delisted from uh, OpenSea and other platforms
Yeah.
like like some other projects I've seen.
Yeah.
Uh, so, oh, there's a bit of a different question from Discord. Uh, as far as how are we going to market more of our philanthropy and saving animals and the environment? And that's something I'd like to comment first, that I've been working on that specifically. I made that project vertical as one of my main goals for this month of January, to really build connections in both environmental nonprofits, um, both NFT projects as well as, and crypto projects, as well as uh, non-crypto, non-NFT, and real-world nonprofit organizations and charities. And that is definitely something that will be rolling out over the coming weeks.
Yes, sir. I believe we're considering that. Are we allowed to say that yet? The tree project thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've already announced that in one of our announcements
Oh,
that we'll be collaborating with Treasure on planting trees, and their very impressive project. They are one of the few blockchain projects that have been backed by UNICEF Innovation Fund, and they're so the little bit about them. They have they sponsor both in real life, well, the trees, planting trees, as well as already old trees that they will be taking care of. And there's some these are the genesis trees, and those trees that are, once you sponsor them, you get a metaverse friendly tree, which can then be well, the idea is that we'll have a garden of these trees, hopefully in our HQ courtyard. So that's a uh, long-term goal.
that's cool, man. Sandbox will be our plot of land. There will be so freaking cool, man. I can't wait to see what the agents create.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a
Could
great
be.
project too. I've talked with them several times, and it's really interesting what they're doing, the Treasure Project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so I
Okay.
had a quick question for y'all.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
So this was in regards to Intel. So I know on the Mirror article that y'all posted, you referred to the community being able to create like an Intel ETH pool. I guess, is there anything that y'all are gonna do like that's focused in the Discord to let people know or get the word out that, if there's anyone in the community willing to do that, they can, kind of take the initiative?
Yeah, for sure. I imagine we're gonna create a separate Discord for recruits, and once we figure out, who's running what and whatever, that could be one of the announcements, to be broadcasted. Like, if someone in the community wants to start that pool, if you want to allocate some of the royalties to that pool, that's all going to be up to the community.
Okay, that definitely makes sense. Thank you.
That's great. Any other questions? There's a quick question. Are we thinking of doing anything in Decentraland?
You know what? What's funny? The first day that the project launched, some guy sold me the Decentraland domain. So we do have a domain there, but I don't know if we can get a land somewhere. There's no plans yet. Um, Not counting it out though. It could be something that we do in the future. But for now, we're just focusing on Sandbox as it is. There's a lot of popular projects there.
Yeah, very cool. Ben, I've been really enjoying that pixel game late nights.
Which one? Pixels Online?
Yeah, the pixels online. It's hilarious to see a little koala just running around there with all the
Yeah,
other pixels.
they're gonna introduce farming. They're gonna give us a plot of land, and our agents will be able to farm on that plot of
Eucalyptus.
land. I hope so. It's pretty
Nice.
cool how many projects are integrating koalas now. Like we have Isotile, we have Sandbox, we have Pixels. There's gonna be more, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Is there anyone else who
Yeah.
want to ask us a question before we wrap it up?
Hmm. There's been some really, really cool new members, like the music that I was playing at the beginning is Avenged Sevenfold, which is one of the biggest world renowned metal bands, and they just got a koala, or their lead singer got a koala and then transferred it to the band's wallet. So
Hey.
yeah, it looks like they're here for long term. But yeah, this is they have over 5 million followers on YouTube, and apparently they, according to my metalhead friends, they are like Metallica and Megadeth kind of caliber in that
Yeah,
scene.
that's cool, man. There's actually a lot of celebrities in this project. They're just like, they don't really give a frick about the price. They're just holding the koalas. There's so many artists here and so many like athletes and creatives. It's actually insane. And
Yeah.
and one day when we reach back that 1D floor, and when we go to the moon, quote unquote, I'm sure most of them will be coming out. That would be
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. And I'll be reaching out to them, trying to book Dramatic and Marshmallow and Timmy Trumpet for our future uh, yearly gatherings.
Yeah, I love that guy, Timmy. He's the best.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Our legend.
Yes, sorry,
Hey, J3,
go
Oh,
ahead, Justin.
J3 and Ilya, just another question. J3, I know you talked about recruits and how those funds would link back to like the community or the DAO. And forgive me if it's not perfect. What's the status of like the OG Koala royalties on sales? Does that go back to the community, or is that going back just to K.I.A.?
That's we're still creating this multi sig, so it's not going anywhere yet. Um, but I'm also considering if it's extra to have two DAOs to manage. So the status on the DAO right now, it's that we're studying the Safe Snap module, and it's like a module that lets us have a hands-free DAO sort of thing, and I'm just taking my time to study it along with the other things that I'm doing. So that's still in progress. And also the legalities of having a DAO in my state, I have to consider this. So yeah, so the tech side of it, it's in progress. The legal side, it's hasn't started yet. So it's gonna take some time for the legal side, but the tech side, we are, still researching, and whatever we learn here, we're gonna take it to the recruit style, and at that point, we'll have a safer space to operate in without risking anything for us. So yeah, that's the current status for the DAO right now.
So is the intent that like and I was here just after Mint, but like retrospectively J3 that those royalties go to the community? Is that the intent from a retrospective basis, knowingly that there's some legalities to jump through?
I mean, like, what do you? Sorry, can you give me a? Can you
I'm
repeat
just
the question?
and maybe I'm not understanding what the original kind of intent was, but my understanding was that like the royalties on the sales of the OG wallets was supposed to go back to the community in some percentage.
Yes,
And so,
yes.
okay, so is that meant to then go back like retrospectively to day one, or once legalities are figured out, or is it only a future state thing that might happen in 6 months?
Oh, are you saying if it is it? Are you asking me if it's gonna take into effect from day one of the sales?
Yeah,
Uh,
and I don't know what the intent was, so you'll have to. But I had thought I had heard that like those royalties were supposed to come back to the community in some fashion.
um, the way I intended it, it was when the wallet was up, that's when the royalties will go to that wallet. But we did promise at least 10 ETH to the wallet, so that was kind of like the initial seed fund for that. Um, I'm still not sure if it's legal for me to take those fees and distribute it to let other people decide what to do with those fees, or if we decide to do some dividends with that royalties like what the Lazy Lions do. I'm still not clear on the legal path on that. Um, but yeah, so the intent for that was as soon as the wallet was up, it would start to accrue. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
all right. Got
Hey, Sully, did you want to say hi?
Oh, hey, yeah. Thanks, Luna. Hey, J3. Hey,
Yeah, hey.
everybody. Sounds good. Thanks for taking my question. I'm still a little bit new to how all of this stuff works. I've only been part of the agency for the last couple months now. I've slightly after, I think, Mint. And I heard you say that the recruits are going to be on ETH, and I get that. But I also heard you bring up Matic, and I was wondering, this may be a silly question, but are we going to have to hold some of that crypto to I guess mint or acquire the open the crate, I guess. I know some of those crates are airdropped, and I got 2 of them, which is fantastic. But yeah, maybe you could just talk about that, because then I
Yeah.
heard you also say about like chain link and how you're going to randomize some of those drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. You won't have to hold any Matic in your wallet. When you claim it, our server will do the randomization through the contract. So it'll be airdropped to you. You won't have to have any Matic in your wallet to claim it's going to be airdropped to you. And the Chainlink module that we're using, it's going to work in the Matic chain. And the contract that does the randomization will hold the Chainlink required to randomize that process. So you won't have to get any Matic. You won't have to worry about loading up your wallet with some other currency, or even worry about adding a Matic support to your MetaMask. By the time we get to that release date, we'll have my wallet view in our K.I.A website, where you can plug in your wallet and you'll see the crates, the agents and all the lore and all the art that we have. It's kind of like the one in the universal wallet viewer for the K.I.A project, and you'll be able to see your new crates appear there when it gets airdropped. So we want the experience to be seamless. You won't have to worry about adding new networks to your MetaMask. You won't have to worry about getting Matic. You just have to click claim and it'll appear in your wallet.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about the sandbox and the tree and what you guys have in store for the future. And I don't know, keep up the great work, everybody. Love it.
Awesome. There's a couple of other quick questions from Discord. If let's see, so any updates on the academy?
Yeah, we are reaching out to authors and writers to help release our first wave of articles.
Cool.
The first articles that we're creating will be very basic. How to set up a MetaMask, what is Ethereum, how to get started in Solidity development, just to name a few. It's going to be a blog style for now, and when it gets bigger, we'll start to manage the content kind of like a school. You'll have different categories and stuff, but for now it's going to be a blog style, and stay tuned for that.
Awesome. And another quick one, as far as update on being able to use Coinbase Wallet for the den.
Yes, sir. Actually, that's slated to release next week. We have tested it, and yeah, it's coming soon, guys. We wanted to have Coinbase Wallet supported before we drop these crates, and you'll get them soon. Sometime next week or two. Like we have to schedule it in, but it's already been developed. We just have to integrate it now.
Very cool. All right. Let's see. I think that's about it. From
Just going to sneak one more in if I can. Just about the roadmap and potential collaborations. Just wondering if you could give us a bit of a sneak into potential names that we're collabing with, because I know you've got some meetings at the end of this month and sort of going into this year as well. Just if you can, who those collaborations are with, or how they're progressing. I appreciate you're probably not going to be able to say, but I'm going to be cheeky and ask anyway. But yeah, just timescales and who, if you can, provide any names.
Well, I can speak on the ones that I've been working on. The ones that are more of the in real life outside of NFT space. I am looking to set up a meeting with Starbucks in the coming month to 2 months. I'm also in touch with contacts at Adidas, iHeartMedia, and a few other Fortune 500 kind of companies. But as you know, real world moves at about quarter of the speed of of crypto, and crypto moves about quarter speed of NFTs. So it will definitely take some time to get those realized, but they're already in the works.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much.
I believe you have some. Ilya, I believe you have something for February, right? They're gonna reach out to us.
Well,
We'll talk about it later.
yeah. Well. There are a lot of the exciting things are coming out very soon, and as soon as we can announce all of those things, they'll be out there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was a big tease, but I'll take it.
Anything else?
If that's it for tonight, guys. I think we can wrap it up. Is there anyone else who want to say something while we're here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
No?
All right. Well,
All right.
let's wrap it up, Ilya. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll jump into
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
Gen
everyone
Chat.
for joining
We can-
us. Thanks for joining us and spending your time with us. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, everybody. Yeah,
Have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, we'll be chilling in Gen Chat in our Discord for a bit to answer any other further questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as always, any other ideas, please feel free to reach out. Our DMs are always open, mine and then the K.I.A. And just feel free to reach out. And we hope everybody has a really nice Monday.